Welcome to the Damascus Road Right Gospel Show. Today is a special edition, a special Father's Day edition. We are going to be looking at the topic, the real father. The real father. And we have a guest in the house today. And he's going to be with us and discuss with us about Father's Day. I am your host, Nosa Omo Ogbebo, and my co-host is Reverend Michael Brown. Brown, are you with us?
Yes, I'm right here.
You are welcome. How are you doing, Brown?
I'm doing okay on this day here, looking towards Father's Day on Sunday.
Okay, I'm looking forward towards Father's Day too. But you know that Father's Day started a long time ago. The first day that Father's Day was celebrated was on June 19, 1910 by the state of Washington. And our guest today have seen a lot of Father's Day. He is a father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather. He's our guest today, Elder Michael Jackson. You are welcome, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome, brother. Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Pastor Brown, I want to thank you for calling in. It's an honor and a pleasure always to have you aboard. I really don't know what to say, but let's get on with the show and see what I can say.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you are welcome, Elder Jackson.
Yes.
You are a father, you are a grandfather, and you are a great-grandfather.
Yes, I am.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I was born here in Maryland, but later on in life, my father, he traveled quite a bit, went down to Mississippi. I also was in Georgia.
Okay.
There's quite a few places. And it's one thing I always remember that I always kept a watchful eye on my father. I just can't say a father because I had like 6 uncles and one grandfather who was living. And, you know, they was all father to me.
Okay.
It just wasn't one man who was a father. If I did something wrong, they wouldn't wait and tell me. I'm going to tell your father when you got home. They would take care of the incident right there and then. Then when my father came in, that's when I got another beating, you know. So, you know, I had to stay on my toes at all times. When I look at my grandfather, from what I can recall, because he passed away, I was at an early age, he was very sickly.
Okay.
But he still had enough energy to attend to my needs.
Okay.
As a young child. I was about maybe 3 or 4 years old. And I remember that he always used to have a smile on his face, despite his illness. As far as my uncles were concerned, they were loving, they were caretakers,
Okay.
and they always were guiders. They always guided you into the right direction.
Okay, thank you, Elder Jackson, for that brief introduction of your background. This is the Damascus Road Right Gospel Show. It's a ministry of the Damascus Road Community Baptist Church here in Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Maryland. If you want to participate on this show and you are in the United States of America, please call us on 516-590-0319. If you are connecting with us on internet, you can leave your comment or your question and we will appreciate that. Michael Brown, what do you know about Father's Day?
Well, what I know of Father's Day, I don't know much about the holiday, but I do know that a father is any male that brings a child into this world. And I understand that there's a difference between father and dad. I mean, most of this country is filled with fathers. But then the fathers are the dad to their son. I regret the fact that from years ago, you know, I wasn't always a dad to my son. You know, I didn't have a personal a dad to my son, and not just a dad, but I'm a father overall, because that day applies to me also. And anyone out there, any male single who has brought a child into this world, he's a father also.
Okay.
He is not still a father.
Okay.
But you're a dad.
That Jackson, there is a statement from what Pastor Brown said, that any male that brought forth a child into this world is a father. Now, what of any male without a child? Can that person be a father?
Well, you have to look at it from a child's perspective, and
Okay.
also the mother of that child
Okay.
that the father impregnate. You have fathers, then you have men who just impregnate and then they leave.
Okay.
So a real father will stay there. He will stand fast for his child. Not just his child, but any child who is lacking. It's one thing that we have to pay attention to, especially in this day and time, is that we have a lot of young boys who are fatherless.
Okay.
It may be because of a father's incarcerated, it may be because of death, it may be because of a whole lot of things, health issues. So when we see this, we cannot just say, hey, look, that kid doesn't have a father. You know, give him a lollipop and go on his way. You have to nurture that child also. Because if you don't nurture that boy, who's going to be one day a friend of your son, these things may happen. And next thing you know, it'll be going towards a road of corruption. Corruption. So we had to actually honor every child. I always said, brother, no man left behind. And that also goes for a young boy and a young girl. One other thing I got to say. Sure, it's Father's Day. Mothers get more recognition than the men do. That's my bias. But at the same time, we would not be fathers if it wasn't for mothers.
Yeah. We will not be fathers if not for mothers. Mothers made us fathers. Thank you, Mother Jackson. Yes, mother gained recognition before Father's Day. It wasn't until 1972, after 58 years, when the first Father's Day was celebrated, that the then President Woodrow Wilson made Mother's Day official, and at the same time honor Father, and Father's Day became a national holiday in the United States of America. You see, it was the Mother's Day that gave birth to the Father's Day.
Exactly.
So we thank God for mothers.
Right, so the
So
mother gave the birth.
today we are dedicated this show to Father's Day, and the topic is the real father. The real father. Who is a real father to you? Jackson?
I would say God the Father.
Okay.
And the reason why I say God the Father, because when I wake up every morning and I see the sun and I can breathe fresh air, I'm not saying that a woman can't do this, but it seems though that is a love element that actually comes from the Father. Now you have Mother Nature, and I tell you, when the two of them come together, they make I guess you'd say a centrifugal force that will actually give life to a child. But as a father's job is to lead his son and to actually, actually protect his daughter. It's good to have daughters. Daughters are a blessing. I have 5 daughters and 6 grandsons and 3 granddaughters. I love them all to death. Of course, they get irritated with me when I correct them, but that's my job. I don't care if they like it or not. That is my job. That's what God placed every man here for guidance, protection, and correction.
Okay. So, Pastor Brown?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have heard that Jackson. Now, what is your take of a real father?
Excuse me, say that again?
I said, what is your opinion of a real father?
I believe that a real father, well, we take the word real lightly or whatever, but a real father is someone, a dad. Because if you're able to step up and be that dad that you had once became a father to or whatever, to kill his own father or whatever, take his own father's kingdom, David still loved his son Absalom.
Okay.
And that's about my
Yes.
dad.
Okay.
That's a real father, a real dad.
So read that. You always show love all the time.
Yes. All
Yes.
the time.
All the time.
Unconditional love.
Amen.
To the son. Okay.
That's
That's
what
good.
David had for his children.
Okay.
And we want to follow that pattern because God gives us the strength and wisdom to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Father's Day has become a worldwide celebration. Every third Sunday in the month of June, annually, Father's Day is being celebrated. And we are looking forward to Sunday 16th of June this year for another celebration. So this show is dedicated to Father's Day. And we have with us again Elder Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So, Elder Jackson, can you tell us what it was growing up with your father? Or what are those things you feel that makes your father a real father?
Well, yes, I appreciate what you said, and if I understand correctly. My father was a man of value and principles, first of all, and he had morals, and that's something that he instilled in me, and my brother, and my cousins, and if he was living, I believe he would be instilling that in his great-grandchildren. He would instill into my children as well. When it came to his value system, he put human life over everything else. And he was telling me one time, he said, son, I want you to know one thing. My brother and I had an argument, and he said, I want you to realize that you're going to learn a valuable lesson today. He told us both to go and cut a switch off of the weeping willow tree. We brought it back, and we thought we was going to get it. And he said, I want you to try to bend this. And I tried to bend it. He said, I don't want you to twist it, I just want you to bend it so you can break it. I couldn't do it. He gave it to my brother. He couldn't do it. Then he took the second break. He said, try this one. Neither one of us could do it. We could not break it, we could only bend it. He said, let this be a lesson to you. When it comes from God, which is love, God is love, you cannot break love. You can only bend it, but it will always go back in shape.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we men, I don't care what color you are, have to realize. Love can be bent, but you can never break it, because that is an element of a natural force from God Almighty. And that's one lesson I will never forget.
Okay. Thank you, Elder Jackson. Pastor Michael Brown, you still with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm right here, Reverend Nosa.
Okay. Is somebody on the line?
There's someone on the line right now.
If you're on the line, you are free to share your contribution, or you are free to wish your father a happy Father's Day. This is the Damascus Road Right Gospel Show of the Damascus Road Community Baptist Church here in Baltimore County, Baltimore City in Maryland. If you want to participate on this show, you can call on 516-590-0319. I repeat, call and participate on 516-590-0319. Today's show is Father's Day special, and the topic is the real father. And we have with us Elder Jackson. So, Michael Brown is also with us. Now, we have been talking about fathers. Can you tell us the role, specifically, tell us the roles of fathers in the house?
Well, the roles of father can be many. You just can't pinpoint on one. When it comes to the role of a father, first of all, he's got to be a protector of his family.
Protector? Okay.
Secondly, he's got to be a leader. He's got to be a discipliner. He's got to discipline. He's got to be a lover of his children, not a lover of himself, because I've seen so many fathers who are lovers of himself and the kids go almost half naked. He's got to have a strong constitution and consideration for life itself. Because being a father, that means that your seed make that child.
Okay.
And that seed was given to you by God. And once that seed is fertile, that is your responsibility. Now, there's circumstances that may erupt or come up where it'll be like a wishy-washy type of situation. But you know, it's time to try to work that out to the best of your capacity. If you can't work it out to the best of your capacity, you pray about it. Prayer will solve and will correct everything.
Okay.
So when it comes to different roles, you have to be prepared. You have to be ready to take on, to pick up that rope, that tow bar. You have to be ready to pick up that load. A lot of men I know, whose wives had left them or been passed away, they carried on that road. And they were successful. I have one friend now, he has a child and his wife just left him for obvious reasons, and he still caters to that girl. And I think that he makes, excuse the expression, a good mother for her. Although he's a man, he makes a good mother because he takes time and patience. When it comes to children, it's one thing we got to do is have patience. We just can't rule and dictate children around. Because you got to remember, they're little people who are going to grow up to be older people like you and I.
Okay. So, Pastor Brown, do you want to add to what that Jackson have said concerning the roles of fathers in the house?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But my question is, what about the father outside the house? The father who has seen his child once in life and whose child has seen him once in life. What about that father there?
Well,
I believe
Go ahead.
that this man is still a father, but he's never had the opportunity to be a father inside the house. He never had the opportunity to be a father with, how would we put it, a personal relationship with his child. Yet, he's one of the guys that, honored on this day, June 19th?
Right.
Something, yeah, one of those days there. But I believe he's to be honored also. Now, becoming a dad or whatever, I believe if he has it in his heart to be with his child, that's good. I remember as a little kid, my father didn't live with us, but he had it in his heart to be with us, and we had it in our hearts to be with him. Yes, he was a real father.
Yes.
And we didn't even live with him.
I see. Well, I will say this, you have a lot of gentlemen out here who not able to have children due to different circumstances because all men aren't fertile. And whenever a child goes lacking, God will actually put that man into that element to raise that child.
Okay.
It's a fair equation. Everything is balanced under God's eye. As long as man doesn't intercede and try to make things his way, we have to make it God's way. So when it comes to the factor of diversity, as far as children are concerned, I'm talking about the difference in children, color, what have you. A white man can take care of a black child, a black, and vice versa. And, we have to get out of this thing of, well, he's black, he can't take care of my white child. That's not so. If you believe in God, he will give you that deep internal and spiritual concept to take care of that child or children. Amen?
Amen. Thank you. So far, we have talked so much about fatherhood. We have said that all men are not necessarily able to bring forth a child but they can still be a father because there are many children out there who need the love of a father. If you are a man hearing the sound of my voice, it's not necessary that if you are not able to have your own child, there are so many children seeking for father's love.
So true.
And we have heard that many fathers are not in the house, and they are outside the house, especially when we find ourselves in a society where there are a lot of separations, divorce, and so many things. Don't give up. You can still be a real father from wherever you are to your child. You can still be that father your child wants you to be. Also, we have mothers who wants to play the role of a father. What is your take on this? Can a mother play the role of a father?
Yes, a mother can play the role of a father, but is she a father? That's the question.
Yeah, is she a father?
May play the role of a father, but is she really a father?
Okay, I understand you're
Is
saying.
she really receiving? Excuse me?
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But like you said, she's playing the role,
But she's not.
All right.
but she's not.
Okay.
She doesn't have the plumbing, first of all.
Okay.
Secondly, you cannot play a role when it comes to somebody's life. You either do or you don't. So she has to go and partake and actually lose her feminine side and come more masculine. Or even find a man who will come in and justify the loss and the absence of that child's father. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Well,
So, you know, I'm not saying that a woman can't, but she can't play the role. She's got to be the role. She's got to be a strong foundation, concrete and solid, in order to bring that child up accordingly. You just cannot act, you got to actually deliver. And I've seen a lot of women who has actually delivered and did the part, and not played the part, but also work at that part vigorously in order to bring that child up. One, let's look at Ray Lewis' mother. His father was in his life. Look how famous he is. Look at all that he has done. Not just for the sake of his mother, but for the sake of the community. Because he knew that at one time he didn't have a father. So he actually had a program where he would go out and initiate other men to come out and work with him. I used to belong to a group of men called the Baltimore Rites of Passage. We used to go out and take boys off the street late at night. And we actually showed them how to become men. We would actually give them the African situation and diversities on how to be a man, a original man, who one day will have children who will be original also. You got to start someplace. You just can't drop a seed in the ground and go on and hope that it will produce itself to whatever. You have to nourish that seed, you have to cultivate that seed, you have to water that seed. And if you don't, it's going to be a lot of chaos later.
thank you. Say, but time is not on our side. We just have few minutes to go on this show, the Damascus Road Right Gospel Show of the Damascus Road Community Baptist Church, number 19, Cockeysville Road in Baltimore City, here in Maryland. You can fellowship with us or worship with us every Sunday from 10 a.m. and on Wednesday for Bible study, 6:30 p.m. Today's show is dedicated to all fathers, to all men, to everyone who is aspiring to become a father, a real father. And if you still want to participate on this show, you can still call 516-590-0319. Now, Pastor Brown, quickly,
Yes.
what is your favorite or your most admired Bible character father? Which father in the Bible do you admire most?
Okay, the person that I admire most as a father, I admire King David.
King David. Okay, why?
With his son. Excuse me.
I said, go on, tell us why.
Okay, because no matter what his son had done against him, he still loved his son.
Amen.
He had a heart for his son. Now, a lot of times in life today or whatever, you do something wrong to me, I'm going to do something wrong to you. Marvin's Day, father, I don't know what the situation was fully there, but he blew his son's brain out because his son attempted to do him wrong. And the reason why I say David is a good example to me, you know, why I love him so much is because the way that he loved his father. And if anyone had the opportunity to read the story there or whatever, that would be for any father. I believe that would be directed to any father.
Amen.
And the Jackson?
I would agree along with my brother. We thinking on the same prototype.
Okay.
I would say King David as well. You know, King David had a family and was dysfunctional. And when you look around this world today, isn't this world dysfunctional?
Mm-hmm.
But look how he still had the love for his children. How he prayed to God. Look at things that is going on in this world and how we can actually make a correction.
Okay. King David is like winning the day. You know, if you ask me, I will tell you the father of the prodigal son.
Yes.
Yeah, the father of the prodigal son, despite all that the son did, went away with everything, came back empty, and he met an open hand with love to welcome him back. I want to talk to all fathers. You got to love your children. That is one key word
Amen.
that Pastor Brown and Elder Jackson have emphasized. No child is useless. Don't give up on any child. Love them to the end. Finally, I want us to quickly, our time is gone. Quickly, let's begin with Pastor Brown. A final word to all fathers. And if you have anybody, any father, anyone who has been a father figure in your life, you want to wish a happy Father's Day, go ahead and wish them happy Father's Day. And your counsel to all fathers out there.
Yeah. Amen.
Go ahead, Pastor
and
Brown.
I'd like to say Happy Father's Day. And if there's someone that you're not raising up in home, then go out and mentor someone. Go out and mentor someone, your father. Happy Father's Day.
Okay.
I just like to say, minute by minute, hour by hour, if you believe in God, then you have the faith and the power. Happy Father's Day to every man.
Thank you, Elder Jackson. Thank you, Pastor Brown. We have come to the end of today's show. It's a Father's Day special edition. And this is the Damascus Road Right Gospel Show of the Damascus Road Community Baptist Church. We have been talking about fathers. Are you a father?
Yeah.
I want to appeal to your conscience. Love your children. If there's a child you have abandoned, if there's a child you have left, if there's a child you have not called, you have not seen, pay them a visit. Or you are a child, there's a father you have not heard from, call that father today.
Amen.
We want to wish all fathers, on behalf of the Damascus Road family, we want to wish Elder Jackson happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
He is our father,
Yes.
our grandfather,
Yes.
and great-grandfather
Yes.
of the Damascus Road Community Baptist Church.
Thank you so much.
We are glad to have you in our midst.
Thank you.
So we wish all fathers of the Damascus Road family happy Father's Day. All fathers all over the world, in Pakistan, in Nigeria, in Guinea, wherever you are, we wish you an happy Father's Day.
Amen.
See you next week, same time, same station. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Elder Joseph, for coming.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. Have a nice one. Bye.
Bye. Odabo.